I've come to know Razer for their gaming peripherals for years now, so it is quite a breath of fresh air to finally see a line of products geared towards productivity. What's up guys, my name is Anton and today we are going to be looking at 3 different products from Razer's Productivity Suite. First is their desk mat, which is the ProGlide XXL. Then we have their small wireless mouse, which is called the ProClick Mini. Then we have their fully wireless mechanical keyboard, which is the ProType Ultra. These peripherals are a great step forward for Razer into providing a more professional line of products as they slowly veer away from being just a gaming brand. But in my opinion, Razer barely just misses the mark here. So let's first start off with their desk mat. Now the ProGlide XL comes in 2 different sizes, the regular size being medium starting at 595 pesos, while we have the desk mat version of the mouse pad coming in at XXL with a starting price of 1,695 pesos. Now the surface is a microwaved polyester fabric, all held together by a thick and dense plastic foam for the base. The surface is nice and plush and definitely luxurious feeling, and I can compare it to some of the best control pads I've tried in the past. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just a mouse pad, so there's not much to complain about here. So let's move on to their next product, which is the ProClick Mini. Starting at 4,295 pesos. It is the smaller brother of the larger ProClick, and it does have some very cool features that I really like. But first, let's move on to the build. Now this is a very small mouse, but you can still fit a full pair of AA batteries under the top shell. This is also where you'll find the housing for the 2.4 GHz hyperspeed dongle. Simple, clean, and a compact design. You can connect this device through 2 different channels, first being Bluetooth, so you can connect it to your phone or your tablet, and the second is through hyperspeed connection, which makes use of that 2.4 GHz USB dongle. Now what I really like about the Productivity Suite is that you can connect both the keyboard and the mouse through just a single hyperspeed dongle, making for a very clean setup. Now with 2 AA batteries, you can expect this small mouse to last a very long time. You can get from up to 425 hours of continuous hyperspeed connection, or you can almost double that to 725 hours using continuous Bluetooth connection. The ProClick Mini is a small ambidextrous mouse, but with a pair of AA batteries powering the device, the weight of this thing can go up to 111 grams. So this is not really a mouse I'd recommend for competitive gaming. Now, Razer could have reduced the weight significantly by adding an internal rechargeable battery, but I guess the professional line of products focus is more on battery life and convenience rather than reducing weight. Now the coolest feature I found on the Pro lineup of products from Razer is their focus on silence. Take a listen here on the loudness of the click on the ProClick Mini compared to the Logitech G Pro X. Now it's barely audible while feedback is still nice and clicky. It's not loud enough for you to hear it while wearing headphones, and it's definitely quiet enough so that microphones don't pick it up. So it's perfect for your online classes or even attending work meetings. In terms of input, we have 7 different programmable buttons, the left and right click, the 2 side buttons, as well as down, left, and right clicks on the scroll wheel. There is also a switch for Razer's Hyperscroll tech for an infinite scroll feature. You can reprogram these buttons yourself and change DPI values on Razer's Synapse 3 software. Now don't get me wrong, this is a great mouse with beautiful matching aesthetics from the other products in this lineup, but what is stopping me from buying the much cheaper Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed? It has many of the same features such as Bluetooth and hyperspeed connectivity, a stronger sensor that can go up to 16,000 instead of 12,000, and runs on a single AA battery. But if you're really looking for a very small mouse with extremely long battery life and silent clicks clicks, then I think the ProClick Mini is perfect for you. Although please note that even though this is a Razer product, there is no RGB because it's a professional device. Now let's move on to the other non-RGB Pro device, which is the ProType Ultra. It is a full-sized wireless mechanical keyboard that comes at the premium price of 8,495 pesos. The keyboard also comes with a very nice and plush leatherette wrist rest that matches the rest of the Productivity Suite. It connects your device through Bluetooth or the hyperspeed USB dongle, and it also comes with a white USB cord for you to charge with. Now for that premium price, you are getting a very premium build geared towards a stealthy typing experience. You do get a very nice metal top cover and ABS plastic keycaps that feel smooth to the touch, making typing just a little bit easier. The keyboard also comes with Razer's more silent linear yellow switches with internal dampening out of the box. Now Razer markets the Productivity Suite as quiet products, but is this keyboard really quiet? Check out this quick keyboard type test. Now it's really not as quiet as fully custom keyboards, but it really trumps every other keyboard off the shelf in terms of quietness. Once again, the keycaps are great and give a soft touch feeling. But when it comes to stabilization, there is a very noticeable rattle, which kind of ruins the rest of the experience. You should check out this spacebar, which is the worst offender out of them all. I mean, stabilizers are an easy fix, but for this price range, I was really expecting more from Razer. Now, in terms of battery life, this keyboard is stellar, being rated at 200 plus hours with the backlight off on either Bluetooth or hyperspeed settings. But when you turn on that backlight, it does take quite a nosedive, having only about a 13-hour battery life. So I recommend keeping that backlight turned off. Now, the keyboard out of the box does come with a lot of macros, from media controls to shortcuts for your email and calculator apps, and even controlling the backlight with the F11 and 12 keys. But since this is a professional product, I do wish I saw something more ambitious from Razer, like a dedicated SD card reader or extra programmable macro keys outside the current keyboard layout, or even the knob input that we see in more modern keyboard designs. Now let's head over to the pros and cons, and let's start with the pros first. When it comes to this Productivity Suite, Razer did a great job in terms of build quality and aesthetics. The mousepad does look great and feel extremely luxurious with that microwaved polyester fabric they use for the surface. For the ProClick Mini, it does a great job for its small form factor with that extremely long battery life. And it is the very first time I saw a quiet click on a mouse that was done extremely well. And when it comes to the ProType Ultra, they did a great job in terms of build quality and the type of plastics they used for the keycaps. And the final pro I want to talk about is the great use or the great synergy that they have and how multiple hyperspeed products can connect to one single dongle for an extremely clean setup. Now, the first major problem I have with the suite mainly comes from the ProType Ultra, the keyboard, mainly because of that rattling stabilizer experience. So keys that have stabilizers like the spacebar, shift, enter keys need a bit more work so that they can actually achieve that quiet keyboard experience that they are advertising. Another major con that I found was that my first experience with the ProClick Mini was a very spotty experience. Here I can show you some gameplay of me playing some aim labs, and you can see the mouse disconnecting frequently, and apparently that's an issue with having more than one Bluetooth device next to each other, as the 2.4 gigahertz waves can interrupt with each other. So that was a major con that I had, but now that I have troubleshooted the mouse and the hyperspeed dongles, it's not much of an issue and it is working flawlessly right now. But as a whole, I do think the suite is clean and simple, and if you need a simple solution for a clean setup, you should definitely get this suite. So those were my thoughts on Razer's Productivity Suite. Please let us know in the comments if you think the whole thing is worth it, or if you're just getting the mouse pad, the keyboard, or even just the mouse. Don't forget to leave a like, a sub, and make sure to hit that notification bell button so you stay updated with our next video here at Unbox. Once again, my name is Anton and I'll see you next time.